Hello, cats and kittens. Orewa Jose, Yoroshku. I'm back in the crisis corner, in the creative corner specifically. I'm putting out this video. I like to put out videos regarding the process, specifically my process. What helps me write, what methods I use when creating. And this being the creative corner, I share the part of that process. And one thing that I do when I'm writing, music is a huge, heavy influence. As you can see, I got my Intrepid in the background, Abbey Road Intrepid, because I'm a Beatles freak. It's just what it is. So everything that I do, music is a huge influence. And one thing that I do in my creative process is when I'm writing, except for when I'm editing or writing maybe the second draft of dialogue, at those times I don't use anything. I'm just no music, no nothing. Just me editing or writing. But first draft, or if I'm doing artistic, instructions, I got music on. But specifically, I put on an album for the entire session. If I write for 30 minutes, I'm listening to that one record for 30 minutes. If I'm 2 hours, 3 hours, the record session that I have personal record is 16 hours. And I played one record for 16 hours on repeat. Truth. Because otherwise, flipping records distracts me. Listening to one record over and over again doesn't, and it still inspires me. So what I'm going to do here is basically just show you some of the records that, depending on the mood that I'm in, I can put on and play for my writing sessions. So I'm going to go to my little app, my Apple Store or whatever. Let me share the screen. And I'm going to basically run through the albums that I use the most, and I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. Asian Kung Fu Nation, my man Dave made me a mixtape of Asian Kung Fu Generation, excuse me. And I love it. The great thing is here, I don't speak Japanese, so this is J-pop. I won't be distracted by anything that's said. I just get off on the music, and they're great musicians. Favorite songs are try After Dark, Yuguri no Aka, Loop Loop. Those three are probably my favorites. But as a whole, I just like listening to Asian Kung Fu Generation, so there's that. Next up, AC Newman. You may know him from the New Pornographers. Great musician in his own right. Slow Wonder is an awesome album. Awesome album. Highlights here. I saw him live at the Black Cat. There's a club down the street from where I used to live anyway. On the Table, great song. I shouted out at the show, play Secretarial. He paid me no mind. I shouted out, played Most of Us Prize Fighters, paid me no mind. I can't remember if he played it or not. But he played Battle for Street Time for some reason, which is a good song, but it's nowhere near as good to me as Secretarial or Most of Us Prize Fighters. Great album. It hits the spot. I can play this. I don't skip. I just play it straight through. Let me see. I will go next to Most Used, The Chills. Also saw the lead singer from The Chills live at the 930 Club. This album, Submarine Bells, is dope. From beginning to end is dope. There's no fat on the album. I could put this on. I've played this for hours on end. It's a perfect pop album. A Heavenly Pop It, probably the most known song off of the album, is a Heavenly Pop It. It's just what it is. I urge you to listen to it because it's just a great piece of pop music. Don't Be Memory is another highlight. Submarine Bells is an awesome song. The song itself, Submarine Bells, Tied Up in Chains. I mean, there's no fat on this record. It's a great listen. Oddly enough, I'm not going to name anything off of a Clash album because the Clash, I love the Clash tremendously, but I get too tied up in listening to them and it distracts me, it throws me off, uh, which is odd. You know, I can get the same with the Beatles, but I have to say, if there's a Beatle album that I play the most when I'm writing, it has to be the White Album. I'll put the White Album on, especially the first side. For some reason, the first side. I mean, this would be. I mean, everybody knows these records. I mean, I don't even gotta tell you, man. Back in the USSR, Blackbird. I'm so tired. Uh, Dear Prudence, Julia. I mean, come on. I don't even got to say it. You know, say it's the Beatles. Besides, I mean, the second album was great too. Don't get me wrong. But I like, for some reason, I usually put the first disc or whatever album on, and also if there's another album of theirs that I played the most, it has to be. Where we at? Where we at? I passed it. I passed Abbey Road. It's Abbey Road. There's no fat on this record. It's just what it is. I want you to see so heavy. The medley on the beats on the second side come together. Here comes the sun. I mean, it speaks for itself. It's what it is. So that's another one. I'm trying to move quicker. De La Soul. If I go with De La Soul, most likely I'm gonna put on and ignore the images. I just pulled them from somewhere. Balloon Mind State is a savagely underrated record. Savagely underrated. Ego tripping. My favorite track on here is Stone Age, to be honest with you. But Break It Dawn, Area, Patty Dukes. I could go on and on. There's not a lot. There is some fat on the record, but so if it was like a 5 star, I'd give it a 4.5. Because if you took off Paul's Revenge and Dave Has a Problem, seriously, if you took those two off, it'd be a better record, but that's just me. Also, Stakes is High. Savagely underrated record. I mean, Stakes is High. It's so easy. Better Listen. Super MCs. My track, Big Brother Beat, you know, with Most Def. I mean, it's Down syndrome. My goodness, this is good stuff. I mean, if you're down for real hip hop, that's where you need to get with. Stakes is High, Balloon Mind State. I put these jokers on and just forget it. Or if I gotta go country, Emmylou Harris' Greatest Hits. This woman's voice is mesmerizing. Emmylou Harris is sick. She's just got the most beautiful voice I ever heard, and just pure. I don't know what you call it, but it is what it is. My favorite tracks off of here would be Easy From Now On. My pops put me onto this. That's another thing. My pop would listen to this record till the tape popped. I mean, so naturally, it's embedded in me. Like I say, Easy From Now On, Sweet Dreams, Together Again, um, Two More Bottles of Wine, Hello Stranger. I mean, the whole record is dope. If you're down for country music and you love the human voice, you got to listen to this record. Okay, let's keep moving. We have Fleetwood Mac. I mean, to say Rumors is an exceptional record is stating the obvious. I could put this on and I'm good. I just let it play, and like I say, it is a great piece of work. I mean, Secondhand News, Chains, Gold Dust Woman, the whole deal. It's an exceptional piece of music that I can just listen to endlessly. And the Fleetwood Mac self-titled album again, great songs on it. Over My Head, Rhiannon, um, uh, Landslide. It's an easy listen. It's easily listening music. Category on the radio. But it used to be easy to listen to music, but it's easy to listen to. Is what I'm saying. Here's one that you might not know about the format, man. The format, this record is dope. I mean, Interventions and Lullabies, they broke up. I mean, they're done. They're finished now. But this is, again, savagely underrated, easy to listen to. I've listened to this 3, 4 hours straight, easy. Um, Give It Up. Um, my favorite song on here is Career Day. Career Day is a masterful piece of pop music. It's beautiful. Um, Let me see. Let Make This Moment a Crime. The Mess to Be Made. A Mess to Be Made is a beautiful waltz. Wow. Wait. Tune Out. I mean, there's no fat here. Again, no fat. Easy record to listen to. I gotta keep going. All Things Must Pass. George Harrison. That to me, the best. And put it like this: it was almost the best post Beatles record that any of them made. But there's a lot of fat on the backside. But the I'm not too into the jams and the jam sessions and all that stuff on the B side. The first disc, if you break it down by disc, this is the anniversary edition, so they added even more stuff on there. But the first disc is just it's great. That's the best word I can think of. Is great. And again, it's probably close. If he had trimmed some of the fat, it'd be the best post Beatles record any of them made. All Things Must Pass, and a great listen. Here's one. I would get into Gomez, but I'm not going to go there right now. Graham Parker. Here's interesting. If I want to, if I'm in an upbeat mood, up tempo mood, I put in Heat Treatment or Howlin' Wind. This is rock and roll, just for the sake of rock and roll. The dude, out the box, he was an exceptional rocker. All right. Between the two, it's hard for me to pick which one I would listen to most. Help Me Shake It. Um, Turn Up Too Late. I mean, pouring it all out. I mean, these songs are just thundering rockers. You know what I'm saying? Heat Treatment. Give me Heat Treatment. Oh my God. Anyway, Howlin' Wind is just as good, man. I'm talking about Silly Thing. Back to School Days. That's my heart right there. Let me see. Back to School Days, Howlin' Wind, Not If It Pleases Me. Nothing's Gonna Pull Us Apart. Great rock records from the 70s, if you want to go there. That's another interesting bit of music. Hepcat. If you're in the sky, between Right on Time and Scientific, you can't do much better than that. And if I had to pick between the two, I'm gonna go with Right on Time, The Secret, No Worries. Open Season is closed. That is my choice. It's nothing but toasted. You know what I'm saying? Open Season is closed. You gotta hear it. It's again great ska music. Nigel, uh, great tunes on this track. I mean, I get into Scientific, but let's just leave it there. All right. Let's keep it moving. Joan Armatrading's greatest hits. If you're not familiar with Joan Armatrading, get on it now. Rosie, Willow, Love and Affection. um, Show Some Emotion. Oh God, she's a great songwriter. And again, music that's complex music, but it's easy to listen to. You know, jazzy, funk, whatever, even some folky aspects to it, but it's easy to listen to. Great music. Joan Armatrading greatest hits. I spent many hours listening to that. Let me see. I'm not going to get into. Here's one that's interesting. Los Lobos, La Pistola y el Corazón, which is also the name of the fourth, the name of the fourth issue of Intrepid. in the what you call them, heroes and villains story arc is La Pistola y el Corazón, because the record is dope. No fat again, El Gusto, La Pistola y el Corazón, Los Amarillas. Estoy sentado aquí. The whole joint is dope. If you like Tex-Mex, Mexican music, whatever, La Pistola y el Corazón is a perfect album. 5 out of 5, easily. Michael Penn, that's another one. Now, I don't know what he's doing right now, but March by Michael Penn was a great album, I thought. Obviously, No Myth got the most radio play, but songs like Cupid's Got a Brand New Gun, Invisible, which is my favorite song on the record, Even Fall. They got my man on drums, my favorite drummer in the world. Well, close to my favorite drummer in the world. I can't think of his name right now. I'll get back to it. Anyway, this and that. Innocent Ones. Great songs. Like I said, it's easy for me to put that one in and just listen to it and work for hours and hours and hours. Jim Keltner. Jim Keltner did great drumming on Even Fall. Let's keep going. New Pornographers. If I had to pick between Electric Version and Twin Cinema, I'd probably go with Twin Cinema. Use It, Star Bodies, The Bleeding Heart Show, Falling Through Your Clothes. It's a great. I don't know what the category would be for that at the time. I'm not sure. It's alternative. I guess it was alternative radio at the time. But Twin Cinema is an absolute great album. And I love to just put it on and go to work. It is very inspiring. Now let's see. Let's go. I'm not going to get it. Phantom Planet's record was pretty good, but I'm not going to go. Here's one. REM. Fables of the Reconstruction. Again, perfect record. And if I'm in more of a murky, kind of dark mood, for some reason I put this one on. I mean, dark in terms of dark, whatever you want to call dark. If I'm in that kind of mood, I put that your Old Man Kinsey, Wendell G. Can't Get There From Here. I mean, there's no real fat on this record. There might be one song on here that I would pull off, but Driver 8, Life and How to Live It. I mean, boy. Oh, Green Grow the Russians. The guitars on that are just phenomenal. I mean, it's great record to put on. REM. Fables of the Reconstruction. Now, here's the one that made the record. OK Computer. I wrote 16 hours straight off of OK Computer, playing in a loop over and over and over and over again. Writing, editing, just boom. I mean, you take it, eat, go to the bathroom, whatever. OK Computer. I mean, it is what it is. It's like at the time the update to Abbey Road. It was like it was a piece of genius. It's just what it is. I mean, it's like I say, like when I speak of Abbey Road, the same deal. It's just a great piece of work. My favorite song off of here would probably be No Surprises, I guess. Let Down or No Surprises. I like The Tourist too, actually, but Paranoid Android, I mean, how do you choose? Airbag, Paranoid Android, Subterranean, Homesick, Alien. I would probably say No Surprises. Why, I don't know. But again, this is a perfect record, 5 out of 5. Great for writing. These cats, Rolling Stones. If I gotta go Rolling Stones, I put in the first disc of Exile on Main Street. Again, if you want to rock, that's as good as it's gonna get. Highlight of the record to me is probably Let It Loose, but Sweet Virginia, Tumbling Dice, come on. Rocks Off. Um, I could go Loving Cup, I can go Sweet Black Angel. The record is dope. It's but again, if I'm feeling in that rock mood where I just gotta get my blood up, boom, there you go. Gotta go quicker, quicker, quicker. We can say the Shins. Between O Inverted World and Shoots Too Narrow, I would say I played Inverted World the most, but Shoots Too Narrow is right close behind it. Inverted World, I mean, you got Karen is Creepy and New Slang are your most familiar songs, but Preston the Book is a fabulous piece of work. Celibate Life is awesome. Know Your Onion, great stuff. Now, when you go over to Shoots Too Narrow, my favorite song over there is Gone for Good. Great song, great lyrics, just great piece of work. Aside from that, So Says I, Saint Simon. It's a very, very good record, but I would side towards O Inverted World. Moving on, here's one, a tremendous record. I can't even say it's underrated because at the time I'm pretty sure it got all the press it wanted, but Gimme Fiction is no fat on this record. It is perfect. It is perfect. I put this joke on and just go to work again. Highlights. I mean, I didn't get the highlights when the whole record's dope, but if I had to say my favorite songs on here would be probably Two Sides of Monsieur Valentine, Merchants of Soul. Merchants of Soul is interesting to me because of this construction. We basically got a fuzz guitar, a piano lick, drums, and a couple of strings, and that's it. No bass, not that much aside from the fuzz guitar, and it's just all rhythm. Merchants of Soul, great piece of work. But then you got songs like Infinite Pet, The Infinite Pet. You got My Mathematical Mind, Sister Jack, I Summon You. It is a beautiful record with no fat on it. It's just a great, great listen. And one more, let me get one more in. I would say if I had to add one more to the list, I would go to, if I'm going old school, I would go to, where are we here? Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. Perfect record. Perfect record. Favorite song on here is probably High Time or Black Peter. But then you got the obvious ones like Uncle John's Band and Casey Jones. But High Time, Dire Wolf. I'm sorry, Dire Wolf is my favorite song right here. Yeah, Dire Wolf. And I'm gonna leave it here. This is where I get. Yeah, those are my go-tos. My go-tos, and Working Man's Dead is definitely in the go-to list. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. Let me know what, I mean, especially you creators, let me know what records or albums, or do you put songs, do you play a random list? Do you listen to albums as a whole? Or what effect does music even have on your writing process? I'll stop the share here. That's what I listen to on the main. But again, let me know what you think. Let me know if any of these records or albums are your favorites. Share your process as well. That's it for the Now in the Creative Corner. Until next time, happy listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay loose.